Hello everyone, it's Valvus Alarm here. Finally going back to doing my little Q&A where I answer some of your questions and do a video on them. For some people who just subscribed, I do once a week do videos answering subscriber questions on video games or anything basically you guys want, I'll try to answer. So it's been a very long time since I've done one of these videos. I just kind of kept doing story videos and kind of just forgot to do this. So I'm hoping to do these type of videos once a week, so I'm not going to bombard you with these type of videos. So I'm really glad to be back, and I'm happy to answer whatever questions you guys have. And the first question is, what are your thoughts on the Batman Origins not being created by Rocksteady Studios? Batman Arkham Asylum was one of my favorite games of this generation, right next to Uncharted 2. And I'm very curious and excited to see what this is going to be. They have the assets, the models, the animation, the combat system. They have all the stuff they need to sort of make a good Batman game already. They just have to sort of create what they feel will work better on top of that. And so I'm very excited about that. This whole notion that, oh, it's not Rocksteady, it's gonna suck, and it's gonna, who are these guys? You gotta give people opportunity. It was the same thing with Rocksteady Studios. No one knew who these people were when they were making Batman Arkham Asylum. It came out and it ended up being one of the bigger games of this generation. So we can't be afraid to attach new games to new studios, because you never know what they can create out of it. People always say, who's Treyarch? Why can't Infinity Ward always do Call of Duty? Well, you know what? People love zombies, and guess what? I play Call of Duty, and one of my favorite modes are the zombie modes that Treyarch created. So, I mean, you gotta give people the chance to sort of create and give them, the opportunity to see if they can make something cool. I'm very excited about the game. I'm hoping it'll be a great game. I'm very curious on how the villains turn out. I know that a lot of these villains, and I think Batman and Joker, aren't going to be voiced by the original voice actors. I'm also very open with new voice actors doing those. I know a lot of people want Mark Hamill, and they always want the same people because it's a very nostalgic thing to always hear those characters, but you never know. You gotta give people shots. I'm sure there's someone out there who can do a Joker that is absolutely amazing and no one knows about it. I'm very open to that idea. So yeah, that's sort of my short thoughts on the Batman Origins. I'm very excited for it regardless, and let's see how it turns out. Alright, so the second question is, what are your thoughts on the PS4 and the new Xbox? When it comes to the PS4, I think that allowing their PS4 to be easy to create games for, I think is a huge step forward for that system, because the PS3 really did have a lot of issues with developers trying to create games for that system and having it be stable, and there was a lot of issues with that on the PS3. And now that they're paying more attention to that on the PS4, I think is a big step forward and will eventually really help them in the future. When it comes to video games, they showed Killzone, they showed a lot of great looking games. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that The Last Guardian would be PS4 exclusive when E3 comes around. That's probably the reason why the game hasn't come out yet. I'm also hoping for a Beyond Good and Evil 2 to be announced on both systems, Xbox and PS4. I really don't care. I just want that game. I want a Beyond Good and Evil. I want Jade to come back. So, so that's for the PS4. Alright, and my thoughts on the new Xbox. There's not a lot of information. There is a press conference coming up not too long from now. And all that people are talking about is the always online feature that supposedly, if you don't have internet access on your next Xbox, that you will not be able to play your games. And if that is the case, which we don't know, because it sounds like a little bit of a foolish thing to do, but if it is the case, I will not be buying an Xbox. That's just, I'm a campaign player. I'm a single player, or a single campaign player. And so I enjoy those type of games that mostly don't use online. And if that is the case, then it's kind of messed up. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just going to get a PS4 and that's it. It's just as simple as that. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're just going to, there's some feature to it that we don't know about that they're going to try and hopefully explain it a lot better on their press conference. I really don't believe that they're going to do that. If it is, then, well, hope them the best of luck, I guess. I don't know. It could be something so creative and so innovative that it may be an amazing, cool thing, and maybe I would want it. But until then, like I said, this is all just speculation. I have no idea. I don't know how it's going to turn out. We all have to wait until the Xbox press conference for it to really sort of show up and see what it really is. Alright, and the last question is, what are your thoughts on Beyond Two Souls? For some of you that don't know, it is a studio called Quantic Dream that made cinematic storytelling games like Indigo Prophecy and Heavy Rain. And for my personal thoughts on the game, I really hope that it has a cohesive story. One of the head guys, David Cage, always sort of expresses his feelings on emotion and storytelling and all that stuff in games. And I always found that interesting because Indigo Prophecy and his previous games, that was always the weakest part of his games. Where the story of Indigo Prophecy, for example, the last half of that game completely falls over the cliff. Like, they started added Purple Clan to want to capture this girl, but yet there's this AI, which is the Orange Clan or Yellow Clan, or I don't know what colors they added to it. It was really, I mean, I swear to God, go to Wikipedia and try to figure it out. I don't know. It's just, it went bonkers after the last half of the game, which was unfortunate because the first half, for most people that played the game, was actually really good. I felt it was a good setup. They had, you know, this could have been something really, really cool. Heavy Rain didn't have as many issues with the story, but it did have a lot of plot holes that they should have explained but didn't. The facial expressions, even though it was so much more better, it was obvious that they were still trying to figure that out and they weren't really perfecting the facial expressions just yet. So I'm hoping that Beyond can be everything they've learned when it comes to storytelling, when it comes to facial expressions, when it comes to simple gameplay mechanics. I hope that this could be sort of the perfect, like, the actual game that they wanted to make. Like, no more BS, no more plot holes, no more, you know, gameplay that simply just doesn't work. Just, this is the game that we wanted to make for you guys. It works. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to love it. And that's what I'm hoping that Beyond can be, is that game that they always wanted to make, but had to go through all these different sort of troubles to get to. So that is it for this video. I wanted to just thank everyone who subscribed to the channel. Thanks for watching this video. I don't know why you're watching this video, but I want to thank every single one of you. You guys mean a lot to me. I work hard because of you guys. You know, one guy trying to make all these videos happen for you. Once again, if you have any questions, just send them in the comment section below. I'll try my best to answer them for you. All you guys take care and be safe, alright?